It was a tough ball game for us against Temple. We really didn't do much of anything right for the most part there in that ball game. I mean, offensively, defense, and special team, we took our turn and making some mistakes. And against a good football team and on the road, you just can't play that way. And we didn't do a good job in any of those areas to win the ball game. And Temple came with a lot more energy and a lot more want to in that ball game than we did. And like I said, we lost that game, and we have another challenge ahead of us. And a Navy team, ranked team coming in here that's going to run the football. And we got a challenge ahead of us that we're excited about and look forward to taking on.
We'll take questions for Coach Taggart, please. Star 1 on your telephone keypad to join the queue. The operator will introduce you.
We'll take a question from Joey Knight with Tampa Bay Times.
Coach, how is Quentin's hamstring, and do you anticipate him being able to start Friday?
Yes, sir. Quentin be good to go. He's
All
good
right.
to go.
Have you been able to do everything?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And without giving away your game.
I couldn't hear you there. Say it
again? Without giving
you.
away your. Can you hear me?
I heard without giving away
your game plan.
Okay. No, I'm not going to do that. You say, are we going to see anything differently?
Pardon the interruption, Coach Taggart. We did lose Joey Knight's line due to cellular phone connectivity issues. We're now going to move on to Leo Haggerty with It's Sports Magazine, Tampa, Florida.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Coach.
Good afternoon.
Coach, a football question. Friday night, it looked like Temple was running an inside lead away from an unbalanced line and then started bending it outside. It seemed like their fullback was blocking the forced corner, and there was no one to fill because the linebackers were getting caught up in the wash trying to step up and stop the lead. Was that correct?
They were fit. We weren't fitting in our gaps right. You know, I didn't think our safety came down and fit it, and the run fit like he should have. A lot of times they broke it in there. We should have had a safety there fit in there. We didn't fit in our gaps like we should have.
Coach, how hard is it to prepare for the Navy offense? You don't see this too often.
It's different, you know, and I think the hard part of it is that you got to be so disciplined and patient, you know, because they're going to keep doing what they do, and they'll lull you to sleep. And the one time you don't do your job, they'll get you, you know. And you watch the film and you see it. Teams will do well, and then all of a sudden one guy don't do his job, and they make you pay for it, you know. So I think the key is being disciplined in your assignment and being able to do it for 4 quarters without losing focus of what you have to do as an individual. So that's going to be important because that's tough to do. Not many people can do that the entire football game.
Coach, last question, and thank you for your time. You know I'm old school, and the way we stopped the option when I played was you hit the quarterback in the mouth every play until he wanted no more.
Yeah, I like that.
Can you can you still play that way and stop baby?
I mean, you can. You know, I know when I was a quarterback, I didn't like that running the option. I didn't like when people were hitting me. So, but they got weapons. They're a good football team, well coached, and again, we got to play and get people to the ball. You know, and we're going to get knocked down. We got to be able to get back up and get to the ball.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck Friday night.
Thank you very much.
And we'll go back to Joey Knight with the Tampa Bay Times.
Willie, can you hear me now?
I hear you now, baby.
Okay. What I was saying, without giving away your game plan, are we going to see any kind of changes defensively, either in terms of personnel or scheme or anything of that nature?
I think we'll have to wait until Friday and see that. You know,
okay.
But I think you can expect for everybody to be a lot better than we were this past week. How about that?
Okay. That works. Is it one other follow-up question? Was it? I don't like to use the word toughness, but was it a physicality thing Friday night? Were guys not physical enough?
It was an everything type game. You know, we wasn't physical enough. We at times didn't fit gaps, or at times we didn't have guys in the right position, or again we get a punt block. I mean, it was everything. You know, and you just can't do that on the road against a good football team. But kind of like every aspect of it, we did something wrong, and our football team have never been that way here over the last 2 years. So just we got to get it corrected. And the thing, they all correctable, and we got to do it. But we got to play more physical, but more important, with more energy, and passion. And I don't think we did that as a football team.
Thanks, Coach.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go to Dan Tortora with wakeupcalldt.com.
Good afternoon, Coach. How are you?
Great.
To take a look at held every team to 27 points or less in your 6 wins this season, and then 46 or more to FSU and Temple. What was it about those 2 games? Was it just the offense you were up against? Was it something defensively that you can really put your finger on? I mean, how do you kind of take those 2 losses and the fact that they were kind of uncharacteristic of your defense in prior games?
Well, I think 2 of them was, again, we allowed them to run the ball. I think both of them kind of ran. They both are built the same way, and we allowed them to run the ball and didn't get off the field on 3rd down, which was critical. And I think offensively in those games we wasn't consistent enough offensively to help our defense out. And again, I think it all plays a big part. I mean, both lost. That's kind of what happened. We wasn't consistent enough offensively, and we didn't stop the run defensively or get off the field. And that's critical when playing. And now teams are really holding the ball and keeping it away from our offense. So it's so critical that our guys get off the field so we can have more possessions offensively. And again, you can't allow a team to have the ball for 40 minutes.
And then on the other side of this upcoming matchup, just what you could say about Ken Niumatalolo and just what he's been able to do with Navy. Obviously, he had some leadership that's no longer there from last season to this season, but still continuing to find success. Just what you can say about the coach on the other side of this matchup.
He's a winner. He's a winner. He's a great coach. He's a great person. And he watches football team. They're disciplined. They play with passion, great effort, great energy, and they play like I said, they're well coached. And Ken has created a culture there that's what you expect. They lost some guys and it hadn't been any let off. It's kind of expectation when you're in there, and they take pride in doing that. So again, big challenge for us against a really good football team.
Thanks, Coach. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll now go to Bill Wagner with Baltimore Sun Media Group.
Hey, Coach, a lot of people talk about the Navy offense. That's always the big topic when you play Navy. But defensively, they've done the job against some high-powered offenses. Houston and Memphis are teams that nobody was stopping, and Navy figured out a way to get just enough stops. I mean, that's kind of their game plan, is that if they hog the ball and limit your possessions, they only need to get about 3 or 4 stops to kind of get that separation they look for. What can you say about the Navy defense?
I think they're solid. They're well coached. They're rarely out of position, and which helps them a lot. And I think they have a system where there's a great synergy between their offense and defense of playing together and how they want to play. And they let you make a mistake, and you can't make many mistakes. So it's like you say, you don't get many possessions against Navy, and every possession has got to count. So it's, again, they have a good system going, and you got to be efficient offensively and in order to capitalize on those guys.
And then just secondly for me, the 1-2 punch of Flowers and Mack that you have, it's hard to, a lot of people have a great quarterback or a great running back. You got 2 of each. Can you talk about those 2? I know you've probably talked about a lot this year.
Well, it's great to have them, and knowing that those guys can, you can call whatever you want and they can run it, but those guys are great leaders and great football players, but they're the mainstay of our football team, and we always look for those guys to make plays and lead this football team, but tremendous talent, and I'm glad they're on our side.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
We'll now go to Mark Narducci with the Philadelphia Inquirer.
Coach, just wanted to ask you if Temple's number 25, Raquel Armstead, surprised you at all, coming off the bench to rush for 210 yards last week.
No, he didn't surprise us. We felt like he was a really good back going in. We thought he ran the ball really hard. He runs like a running back. He's built for that offense. He's powerful, strong, and he can run. So it wasn't a surprise at all. They did a good job, and we did a bad job.
Thank you.
Thank you.